Hey guys, how's it going? It's Janie over here at JaniesSweets. Welcome back to my channel. In this episode, I'm coming at you with a tutorial on how I made this really easy small wedding cake. You could use this for an engagement party, a small wedding, or even an anniversary. So if you want to learn how I did this, keep on watching. So to begin with, I have a 7-inch vanilla cake that I wrapped in a saran wrap and then put in the refrigerator overnight. And then I am working with some caramel buttercream. That's just my easy meringue buttercream that I have added caramel to. And I am going to use a round tip to smear it all over the middle, just because I want to make sure that I have even layers of frosting in between each cake. So I'm just gonna go ahead and crumb coat the entire cake with that caramel buttercream as well. Then I'm going to use just the rest of my caramel buttercream with just some white buttercream, just plain old vanilla buttercream, to continue crumb coating the entire cake. Once it comes out of the fridge, I'm just gonna put some icing on my gold board, and then I have here an icing tip. I got this at Michael's craft store. I like to use an icing tip whenever I am doing a cake that is strictly going to be buttercream. I'm not going to fondant it or anything like that, because it ensures that you get an even amount of frosting on your cake, but you definitely don't need to use it if you don't want to or if you don't have it. And then I am just going to use my offset spatula as well as my bench scraper and smooth everything out. Because this cake was only going to have buttercream on the outside, it wasn't going to be covered in fondant per the client's request. I made sure to make sure that the icing was nice and smooth and there are no air bubbles or anything like that on it. Once I was done, I went ahead and put it in my refrigerator to set. In the meantime, I'm just gonna grab some white fondant and I'm just gonna knead it real quickly and then run it through my pasta machine just to make it one even thickness. So what you see me sprinkle in here is Tylose powder, and what that does, it's making sure that your fondant is going to behave like gum paste would. So it's going to hold its shape a lot better than just regular old fondant. Now, what you see me using is something that I think is called an overlay. This was really popular a long time ago. So I got these molds, I want to say like 5 or 6 years ago, like a really long time ago. But if I could find them still on the internet, I will link something for you guys below in the description box. So check the description box if I have found something similar or even that same product. I will link it for you. So you see me using it. I'm just rolling out the gum paste or fondant thinly and then put it right over it, and then I'm just using a toothpick to remove any part of the design that I don't want to show. And then once I am done with that, I'm going to put it onto the cake. It is really finicky, and as you can see, this is even a sped up footage, and you can see how finicky and annoying it is to work with, but the final product is really nice. So the way that you put it onto your cake is you just put either gum glue, or in this case I'm using water because this is just buttercream and it'll stick to it really nicely, with a paintbrush, and then you're just going to brush all over it to make sure that it's going to stick. So I'm just going to lay it right on top and then just start pulling the plastic. See, this is how it looks. So I did that, I think, like 4 times, and then the design was complete. Now I am going to start placing my flowers. As you know, I don't make my own flowers. I never will make my own flowers. They are a pain in the behind to make. I get all my flowers online, either on Amazon or CalJava, whatever the case may be. I don't make flowers. So what you see me doing here is trying to place flowers all over. Once I finished doing this, I realized that I hated this. Like, I did not like how it looked. So I went to plan B. I removed all the flowers again. And then instead of just 1 big flower at the top, I decided to go with 3 of the big flowers. And it looked a whole lot better. See? Much better. And then I used the small flowers. Those small flowers, you can find them. I actually got this at Walmart, so you can find them anywhere. So I'm just gonna add the small flowers in between the big flowers, just to add some contrast and movement to the whole top of the cake. There you go. See, now I like how this looks so much better. Anywho, I am gonna start working on the drape that you see. I'm just powdering my work surface and my fondant with cornstarch, just to avoid it sticking to my bench. And then I'm just going to roll it out. I don't want it to be super thin because I don't want it to rip on me, but at the same time, you don't want it to be too thick either. So I'm just gonna fold it up and then measure it out roughly, and then cut it to size, and then just kind of tuck it under the flower. Then I am going to add the second piece so that the drape could be a little bit longer. And then add just some flowers at the bottom just to hide where the seam is. Okay, now comes the fun part. You gotta add gold to everything, right? So I'm just using gold luster dust. You guys know I really like Divine Specialties luster dust. No, it is not technically edible, before anybody asks. It's just for, you know, stuff that people are not really gonna eat. Like, it's non-toxic, so it's not gonna kill anybody if they ingest it or if it touches something that you are going to eat. However, you shouldn't really paint an entire cake with it, if that makes sense. So I'm just using it in the corner of the flowers, just to kind of give a little bit more depth. I really like painting the corner of flowers because it really makes it 3D and it makes it that much more beautiful. So it stands out a lot more. That's what I meant to say. So once I was done painting all over it, this is what the final cake looked like. It looked absolutely beautiful. I know that in the middle of the night when I was working on it, it kind of had a yellow tint because of the lighting that I was using, but in person and in daylight, it looked absolutely breathtaking. So I hope you have enjoyed this tutorial. I hope this gave you some ideas of how you can make, you know, a small wedding cake for very cheap and also very easy. So if you enjoyed this video, you'd like to give it a thumbs up, I would really appreciate it. Share it with your friends and family so that they can also see it if they would like to. Do not forget to subscribe to the channel so that you do not miss out on any of my future videos. If you click on this annotation to your left, you can check out my last video. And also I am on Instagram as well as on Facebook. All of my socials are at JaniesSweets. All right, you guys, that is it for this week's tutorial. I love you. I'll talk to you next time.